Hi everyone. Let's see here. Hi John, hi Sue. Been a while, hasn't it? Haven't had to do this in a while. Good to see you guys though. Severe thunderstorm warnings are happening. Let's see. Zoom in on a couple of spots here. Got this one here for southwestern Butler and Saline counties. Let's see. Hi Logan, hi Tat, hi Steen, Lethal Blue, Beekeeper, in Malcolm today, Jay Smith. So the storm's just training along the edge of the cold front, basically. Matt, storms by Seward look mean. Yeah, that's a nasty looking storm there. Milford, yeah, I mean, as long as they know what to do during severe weather, that's one of the first things I taught my kids. It's like, okay, if there's severe weather, this is what you do. Let's see. Let me go through a severe thunderstorm warning for Butler and northwestern Saline until... for Seward, Butler, and Saline until, let's see, until 3:30. So about 20 minutes left on that. Quarter-size hail, 60 mile per hour wind. There was a report of a 59 mile per hour wind gust west of Dorchester at 250. So hail and damaging wind on that one. And there's this other one for basically central Seward, that's just north of Dorchester there, just southwest of Milford. This is 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. It's moving northeast at 50 miles per hour, so that goes until 3:30 for south central Seward and northwestern Saline County. And then a little further north, that one that just updated, headed towards Octavia and Schuyler. That's for north central Seward. Oh wait, that was canceled. The severe thunderstorm warning for north central Seward is canceled. So let's see. So what remains in effect is for eastern Butler and southern Colfax, moving north at 30 miles per hour, 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. That goes until 3:30. So all of this goes until 3:30. Kind of seeing the stronger part of the storm here near Tamora, just southwest of Staplehurst. That's that area right there. Let's see. Just had hail in Beaver Crossing. Thanks, Cameron. Cherokee, I'm not sure where you're talking about. Bismarck, North Dakota, apparently. I don't know. We're in Nebraska right now, so sorry if you're watching something else. Adam just called him and gave him all the dad storming. Good. Got to do that. Is this going to creep east to Lincoln? Right now I'm doubtful on that, but never say never. I mean, it's what I think would be more than likely to get into the Lincoln area is this stuff over here by Fairbury, because this stuff just west of Lincoln near Milford and Seward, that's not going to get to Lincoln, but this stuff over here by Fairbury and Plymouth definitely has a chance. So I'll put it into motion. You see how that's easing east? So this whole thing up and down from Schuyler down to Fairbury is along a frontal boundary, and that's eventually going to make its way east. So areas like Beatrice, it'll be a while. There's some storms trying to pop over there by Tecumseh, Lincoln, Hickman, Firth, everybody in Lancaster County. It's going to be a little bit, but these storms down by Fairbury have a better chance of getting into Lincoln than the ones just due to the west. Ham Radio says, thought something might pop up today, so warm and humid. And there was a marginal risk for much of central and eastern Nebraska today. So we've been watching this for the last couple of days. In fact, I remember, I think, talking about this as early as Wednesday, maybe even Tuesday earlier this week, that Sunday looked like it was the best day for severe storms. And here we are. So yeah, we've been talking about this for a while, and hopefully nobody was caught off guard, because we've been mentioning this over and over again in our forecast. fast moving. Yeah, it's moving northeast at anywhere from 30 to 50 miles per hour. Angel Night, it does not even look even close to the April 26th stuff. Sorry, this is way different than that. So hopefully you're not worried about that. This is not anything like that setup back for April 26th. Push pause here real quick. We'll let me switch it over to velocity real quick. And I'm not really seeing anything that's, there's broad rotation, but that comes with any thunderstorm really. But I'm not seeing much of anything in the way of a spin. There's a little bit. There's broad rotation, but like I said, that happens with a lot of. Let's see, we got a report here over by Alexandria, just southwest of Dakin, west of Fairbury. 1-inch hail near Alexandria in Thayer County. Train spotter. So that was earlier. What time was that? 16. Was that about an hour ago? I think that was about an hour ago. So just good old-fashioned thunderstorms so far. No thunderstorm watches out there. He's just kind of popped up in the afternoon. It doesn't look like this is going to be widespread. So hopefully we just get some real quick thunderstorms that pop up. They're severe. Get some hail, get some damaging wind out of the way, and then that'll be it. There's more chances for thunderstorms as we head through tonight into the evening hours and sunset. So that's something we're watching. But these severe thunderstorm warnings go through 3:30. If they're not reissued, then I'll just go back to watching football. Let's see. So now there's just. This has kind of been updated, so let's go check this out. There's some areas getting hit not hit hard, but harder than you would like to see, between Seward and Staplehurst, Utica, and Goner, just north of there, near Timora. So let me get this information here. Let's see. So 4 minutes ago, the National Weather Service said. And there was an update right there. So Staplehurst probably seeing the brunt of it right now. 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Thunderstorm looks like it's right over and just west of Staplehurst. And it's moving north at 30 miles per hour. And then this one over here, just east of David City. This severe thunderstorm warning for Colfax and Butler. It's moving north at 30 miles per hour, quarter-size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So you're likely seeing that hail just east of David City, headed north towards Octavia. Any snow for Lincoln? In a couple of months, it's possible. I did release a snowfall prediction YouTube video. So YouTube friends, if you haven't seen that, it was just a few days ago. I put out my prediction for what I think how much snow we're going to see for all of Nebraska, and I put out how much we saw last year, and I also put on there what our averages are for each month, and then for the total year. So I did a whole lot of work went into that, just to show you a few different things. So hopefully you check it out. Lethal Blue. Don't say the S word yet. Syrup? I'm kidding. I like syrup. I had waffles for breakfast. Let me zoom out here a little bit. Sorry about that. I get on a rant here. So Lincoln not under the gun right now. Neither is Beatrice. Highway 77 will eventually see these storms. But like the one in Fairbury over there, Jefferson County, not severe. So Um, I'm hopeful that it looks like a new warning was just issued right there. Let's see. New warning, just a minute ago. So for southwestern Colfax, southeastern Platte, Seward, and Butler until 3:45, 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. We have had reports of 59 mile per hour wind gusts near just west of Dorchester earlier, about 20 or 30 minutes ago. So the storm's expected to be near Seward, Staplehurst, Garland B, Ulysses, and Surprise around 3:20. Rising City and Dwight around 3:25, David City around 3:30, Bellwood and Brainerd around 3:35. So that's for that storm just north of the interstate. So from like Seward to Utica, then areas north. I met Weather 26.0. Lethal Blues got Panera going on. Nice. Will this winter be a repeat of last winter? Check out my YouTube video. I explain everything. I'd rather you watch that because if I try to talk about it now, I might miss something. So check out that YouTube video. It was a great video. Appreciate it. Cool. I'm glad you liked it, Lethal. So that storm just west of, just west of Beatrice. I'm going to zoom in on that here real quick because it's not severe, but it's close. And it's just west of Plymouth. Swanton, probably seeing some heavy rain right now, some lightning just north of Jansen there. And this is all moving towards Wilbur and Crete and maybe Dorchester again. Then you have your severe storms here, just west and northwest of Lincoln, and then just west of Fremont. Let me see my phone. Just got a spam email. Somebody's saying a debt collector is coming for me because of and if I don't want that, I have a payment plan for my eBay balance. I haven't used eBay in like 10 years. Delete. Yes. It's amazing how many people fall for stuff like that. I mean, if people didn't fall for stuff like that, those people would go away. What do we have here? 6 miles northeast of Tobias, trees and power lines down. Power lines snapped. That's just northwest of west of Wilbur. That was about 45 minutes ago. Sue, thank you. Thumbs up for all. That would be great. I do have, normally I save the whole W in the chat for people that do the ice cream fun, but I got one from a bowling buddy on Monday. Bowling league started on Monday, so thank you very much to my bowling buddies that chipped in. That was really nice. Afternoon, Samuel. Kurt says very educational on the snow forecast. Glad you liked that. Yeah, it was fun to do. I did a lot of research on that, but it took quite a while to figure out how much snow each month gets for each area in Nebraska, because it switches up every month. And some months there's more snow in western Nebraska and less snow in eastern Nebraska. Some months are the exact opposite. Just some fascinating stuff. So highly recommend you go and check that out if you're interested in the snowfall. And it's going to be a while. I mean, it's still September. It's the middle of September, so it'll probably be 2 months before we see our first snowfall. That's usually when we start to see it. I mean, it can obviously happen sooner. If you remember October of '97. What's your bowling team name? The Lightning Strikes? Because of course it is. Hi there, Naomi. Yeah, Lincoln. Vicky asked if anything will hit Lincoln. Maybe later. The severe potential's out there, but what's out there now isn't going to be in the Lincoln area for quite a while. But that storm down there just north of Fairbury, in Jefferson County and just north of there, has a chance of possibly moving into the Lincoln area a little bit later. Hi there, Cody. Sue, yeah, lightning bolts. I love it. Kevin, thank you very much for the $5 donation. W in the chat. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it. Kids are going to be wanting some ice cream now. Yesterday was hot enough for ice cream, wasn't it? Goodness sakes. That was a lot. Let's see. Yeah, I was down on the field doing observations during the Husker game, and it was the first time I was actually ever allowed into where the players stand during the game, and I was taking temperature measurements in that area, and it was hot. But the good thing is they have cooling stations there, so it was kind of hard to get an exact reading of how hot it was because of the cooling stations. I need to be there when it's just the middle of a random Tuesday afternoon to get a legitimate reading. But that's intimidating to be around all of these 6'5", 250-pound, huge football players, and I'm just, hello, don't mind me. Got anything in mind for Bennington area? My family likes to stay on the go and have me keep an eye out for weather. Bennington. Let me see here real quick. So basically Omaha. Yeah, it would be later. Because if you look, this whole line, and the thing is, if you're looking for a forecast, there's a couple of different lines. See, this over here is the first line, and this will eventually make its way into the Omaha area. It'll probably weaken before it does, but storms are possible probably in the next couple of hours over in the Omaha area. Notice west of Fremont there. I'll put this into motion. Then there's this over here by Broken Bow and North Platte. That's wave number 2. So you've got two different swoops of energy moving through. The first one's moving through now in eastern Nebraska. There's another one over in central Nebraska, and there's even some strong storms over here. There's one over by Hayes Center. I don't have that radar on right now, which I can do, I guess. Let me... Let's do that one there. Hopefully I can get both sides with this one radar here. So there you go. So you've got two areas. Basically, eastern Nebraska, one area. All of those storms are moving north and northeast slowly. And then in western Nebraska and central Nebraska from, say, Burwell, south and west towards Hayes Center, that's another wave. And they're all eventually going to push from west to east, but they have that northeasterly trajectory over the next several hours. So, be weather aware tonight. And so far, it's just been 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and some hail, and that's about it. Is swoops a meteorological term? I just make them up as I go. It's supposed to be like 90 tomorrow, ain't it? I don't think so. No. Last I looked, it's supposed to be in the middle 80s. I think the 90s are done for a while. Let's see, it's 85 in Lincoln right now. That'll probably be the high. Tomorrow, close. Looks like upper 80s. Yeah, that's right. I said 88 for a high on Monday. So it'll be close to 90. And then it cools off. I think Tuesday could be 90 as well, and then the 70s come back. You're looking at the middle 70s by the end of the week. Saturday, the next game, small chance for showers and storms, and middle 70s. So there's that. New severe thunderstorm warning. One for Colfax and Dodge, headed towards West Point. Did get... Why won't that? Let me see. There it is. 1 inch hail near Tamora in Seward County. That was a report from the public. So, but 1 inch hail was reported in Seward County. That's what that one with a little star-looking thing has. Had another 59 mile per hour wind gust report in northern Saline County, and then some power lines and trees are down. Power poles snapped near Tobias in Saline County and southwest Saline County. So some damage being reported. Some possible hail, 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches there in where is that? Just northeastern corner of Butler County, and then 1 inch just northeast of Ulysses, northwest of Dwight. So these pink areas, that's probably 1 inch hail right there near Dwight, and then up here just southeast of Schuyler, that's about 1.75 inches. That's golf ball size hail possibility headed towards North Bend. How many lightning strikes? I don't know. I'm at home. It's my day off, so I don't have access to my weather computer, which is able to do that for me. So I'm not sure. Let's say 300. Mike, yeah, absolutely welcome. This year feels... Gotta love this Nebraska weather, says Angel. This year feels more cooler. I don't know. I always forget, because I concentrate on the weather so much every single day that it's hard for me to absorb and remember specifics. Unlike like people that don't look at weather every single day, remember the outliers. You know, what happens that is significant. For me, I concentrate on the weather every single day so that I have to forget, otherwise my brain would be completely full. Are we concerned about the storm currently approaching Wilbur becoming severe warned? Yeah. Yeah, it definitely could. We could see some hail and some damaging wind with that. We did earlier. So yeah, it's definitely a possibility there, Harrison. Kevin, it's your birthday? All right, I'm writing it down, so don't try to tell me next week that it's your birthday again. September 14th is Kevin West's birthday. Everybody remember that. But yeah, so far, City of Lincoln in the clear, but that could be short-lived because that's, if you notice, that storm that's headed towards Wilbur is also headed towards the capital city. It's not severe. And that little triangle there, let's see what that means. 3/4 inch hail. Oh, 1 inch hail now. So now it's trying, and this is just radar indicated, so it's not confirmed. But some hail definitely getting closer and closer to the 1 inch diameter. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see a new severe thunderstorm warning eventually for this area right here. And it will probably include southwest Lancaster County if we do see something. Trisha, appreciate that. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to do. Let's see. Can't remember if I can log into Slack or not. I didn't think so. Me just getting some things, other things set up so I can tell everybody what's going on. have two computers going. Uh-oh. Getting serious now with two computers. Let me zoom out here so everybody can kind of see what's going on with everything. I mean, the entire state, well, not the entire state, but eastern and western Nebraska, not central so much, seeing storms, either strong storms or severe storms. Yeah, see those storms in southeast Nebraska near Tecumseh and Pawnee City starting to get a little aggravated. Let's see, Omaha. Yeah, from the National Weather Service, and this is kind of what I'm seeing too. You notice how the storms are it looks like they're starting to weaken a little bit, or like here. So you see that one right there. When it was over the Staplehurst and Seward area, it was a lot of purple in there. Now, just little bits of purple, and it's not as big. This is kind of turning into more of a wind threat than a hail threat. I don't know which is worse, but because each can equally do different kinds of damage. They're all basically moving north with a little bit of easterly component. So this thing over here, that's watching that for the capital city. All right. So yeah, that storm, Selene Jefferson, trying to move into northwestern Gage and southwestern Lancaster County. That's something I'm kind of keeping an eye on. That right there, not severe right now, but it's close. I mean, you can see the purples are starting to show up as it heads towards Wilbur. Probably some dime to nickel size hail trying to move into the Wilbur area. And these storms are still on the strong side. This one's headed towards David City, Brainerd, Bruno, and then northeastern Butler County here. Jeez, look at all that lightning. Headed towards Rogers, just west of North Bend. Linwood? Linwood, yeah. So lots of storms going on out there. Just a couple of severe ones. There's a bow to that storm by David City. You are correct, Mike. Let's see. Cody, I don't have that. I'm at home. I'm working from home. It's a Sunday, so I'm usually off. So I don't have that. I don't have that ability to count the number of lightning strikes on this particular program that I'm using right now. I have to do that from work. What time is it going to rain in Lincoln? Very specific question. Like that. Any time now. I mean, there's a blip showing up in southern Lancaster County now. So within the next hour, rain is likely. Severe or strong storms, well, that's a different story. That one by Wilbur, that's moving northeast around 30 miles per hour. It's not severe, but it could make its way into the Lincoln area over the next hour or so. So there you go. So what time exactly? I'm going to say 4:45. How's that? So the storms over by Tecumseh and Pawnee City, so Johnson and Pawnee County, even into Otoe County a little bit, starting to gain some traction there, starting to ramp up a little bit. So yeah, we're seeing a flow from the south, and that's running into some unstable atmosphere. So stronger storms are starting to pop up. That one in southwestern Lancaster County starting to get a little bit of yellow into it, just north of Hallam. So that'll probably get a little bit stronger. This storm here will probably catch up to that, and it could be part of the reason it's forming a little bit of an outflow boundary. Ed says, appreciate all your work. Thanks for doing this on your day off. Hey, happy to help, Ed. Storm north of Pawnee City pulsing up. Yep, we just talked about that. What about out west? Trent, anywhere in particular? There's a lot of things out west. But yeah, I mean, there's those storms in that area. Or if I could just do this. This might actually, that way I'm out of the way. What's for dinner tonight? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I think I might do enchiladas. I wanted to smoke a pork tenderloin too, but kind of running out of time to do that. Severe thunderstorm warning was just issued for Red Willow and Hitchcock. So those storms in southwest Nebraska are starting to pop up a little bit more. Waiting to see if that storm in Saline County, that southeast Saline County, curious to see if that pops a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see what the National Weather Service is saying. Nothing yet. Let me see. Sometimes, though, see, we have all of us weather people have ways to talk to each other. Information is always key as to what's happening and what's going on. But when you don't have the manpower, some things go by the wayside, and that's sometimes the communications between the National Weather Service and everybody else. They're doing the best they can, though. I am seeing some automated stuff, so that's good. Southwest of Hayes Center. We were just talking about that. Yeah, that's been there for a while. It's still severe. It looks like it's weakening though a little bit. So this area right here, that's weakening, but it's also moving due east. That severe thunderstorm warning just died in southeastern Lincoln County. But some storms trying to fire up here in southwestern Lancaster County, also over here in Saline and Pawnee and Otoe County, over by Wilbur. We'll zoom into Wilbur here a little bit. See, it's getting close, and that's trying to move to Lincoln, isn't it? I mean, that's probably, you got that stronger storm there southwest of Sprague, just north of Hallam. That's going to try to expand a little bit. But the thing about these storms, they're right marginal on the severe scope of things. Okay, thanks, Kevin. The one along Highway 50 between Pawnee City and Tecumseh is intensifying. Thanks, Mike. Yeah. It's like, I think everybody has inner meteorologists in them. They're watching the weather and analyzing it and say, "Ooh, that one's gaining strength." Meanwhile, I'm trying to watch everything at once. New severe thunderstorm warning for Colfax, Dodge. Let's see. Saunders, Dodge, Butler, Colfax, and Platte. Let's see. Severe thunderstorm warning until 4:15. 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. It's moving north at 50 miles per hour. It is currently 4 miles northeast of Brainerd to 3 miles northeast of Rising City near Octavia. So, yeah, these storms are, see that whole thing? It's just basically taking over. Oops. It is that cluster of storms right there. They just, instead of having 2 or 3 separate severe thunderstorm warnings, that some of those are going to expire, I think, in about a minute. So now they have one big severe thunderstorm warning for that whole thing. Lots of lightning over here by Wilbur. That just updated. Still not severe there. Still not severe there. But keeping an eye on Lincoln and Lancaster County. So like I was saying earlier, there's 2 layers, 2 areas. There's this and then this right here. So you've got low pressure all the way up here, and it's spinning in a clockwise motion like this, and it's dragging down different frontal boundaries. So there's this frontal boundary here and this frontal boundary here, slow moving to the east, but the storms are just kind of following up it as there's warm, moist air coming up from the south, and it's sparking these thunderstorms. And so far, so good. I mean, we had a marginal risk for much of central and eastern Nebraska. So this, I mean, it's right on target. This is exactly what we expected to have happen. It's the Midwesterner in all of us. We are all storm experts. Yeah, it makes my job very interesting. Let me tell you. Concrete guy. Yep. 14-year-old. I mean, when I was 14, I was very interested in weather too. I just watched the Weather Channel all the time. Mike says we were watching a YouTube stream watching a meteorologist track storms. Of course, we all want to be meteorologists. Sadly, they're getting rid of the meteorology program at UNL, or there's talk of it. So I guess you're not going to stay in Nebraska if you want to go to school to be a meteorologist. It's kind of sad. You got a little pocket of 1-inch potential hail right there, just between DeWitt and Wilbur, headed towards Claytonia. This one over by Sprague, north of Hallam, hasn't really intensified that much. Oh, there it goes. Just as I say it, we get a little streak of purple in there. So there's the potential for a little bit of hail just west of Sprague. The severe thunderstorm warning, though, for just north of Seward. That's for Colfax, Platte, Dodge, Butler, and Saunders until 4:15. 1-inch hail and 60 mile per hour winds. It's moving north at 50 miles per hour, so that's moving towards, like, say, West Point and Schuyler. There's another severe thunderstorm warning inside of that goes until 4 p.m., so 13 minutes left on that. That's moving east. It says it's moving east. I don't think it's moving east. I think it's moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. It's 18 miles west of Fremont. That also quarter-size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So when I say quarter-size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts, that's the lowest level of severe weather that you can have, because there's certain things you need to have a severe thunderstorm warning. One of them is hail at least 1 inch in diameter. Another one is wind in excess of 57 miles per hour, so 58 miles per hour or higher. So when you start to hear 1-inch hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts, that's the lowest severe thunderstorm warning criteria. I would love it if we increase that to, like, say 70 miles per hour and 1.5 inches, because it seems like we see so many severe thunderstorm warnings that are 1 inch and 60 mile per hour wind gusts, and 8 times out of 10, not much comes out of those storms. You get it, but it doesn't happen that often. But it just seems like we have so many severe thunderstorm warnings that sometimes people get numb to it. So and I hate to say it, but we almost need to have it be a more severe criteria so that people know to actually take notice. Because right now people have zero fear. Oh, severe thunderstorm warning, big deal. But what if it was a severe thunderstorm warning for like 2-inch hail and 80 mile per hour wind gusts or 100 mile per hour wind gusts? It's basically the same thing. So I wouldn't mind if we increased the threshold for severe thunder. And we did it once before. Used to be severe thunderstorm warning criteria was 3/4 of an inch. And we just had a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings that just didn't do anything. So they increased it, but we're still getting the same number of severe thunderstorm warnings and still not very many damage reports. So I wouldn't mind it if we upped the ante a little bit. Well, Lethal Blues rooting for a storm to get severe before it gets to Lincoln. Lethal. Now we don't want that. Of course, the only thing that's going to stop people from thinking we're protected, the city of Lincoln is protected, is if we get hit direct and hard and bad things happen. And I don't want to see that. But it's probably the only thing that's going to keep people from thinking we're protected by some mysterious thing, which we will not mention. It looks like Custer County getting a lot of storms. Southeast Lincoln County, a lot of lightning going on there. Even some decent sized hail. Look at that. Radar indicated 2.5-inch hail in southeast Lincoln County earlier. This wasn't any time. Well, maybe no. That's trying to say it's now. I think that's a little overdone. This particular program that I'm using right now just basically plots things automatically if it sees something that is what radar is indicating is strong to severe, and it plots what looks like is happening. Like this over here between Wahoo and David City, it says 0.61 inch. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see. It doesn't look like it. What shows up on the stream and what I can see, yeah, see that doesn't show up. Okay. Let's see. Tricia says, I'm numb to tornado warnings. I'm usually watching the radar or a streamer or the storm anyway. Well, I mean, as long as you know what's happening, that's great. There's a lot of folks that don't know to watch the radar or watch a streamer or watch the storm. They rely on the warnings themselves. My car needs washed, Rusty, from Lethal. You want some hail on it? I wish we used the designations more: considerable, destructive, PDS. Yeah, I agree, Mike. I think the storm we just witnessed in Seward was worthy of a severe warning, lack of damage or not. I agree. I 100% agree. But how bad of a severe thunderstorm warning was it? There are different severe thunderstorm warnings, but you can't tell just by looking at it. Or severe thunderstorm warning for Lancaster County. Okay. How bad is it? And most people run outside to check it out. What if it was a really bad one? It's just a fear that I have as an on-air broadcast meteorologist. I just want everybody to be safe and to get the information they need. And I think you don't want to muddle it. You don't want to get too into the weeds, but you also want to make sure. I mean, like for instance, with tornado warnings, we have 2 separate tornado warnings. One that's just a tornado warning, and one that says one has been confirmed. So we have like red for tornado warning, and then that purple tornado warning means a tornado has been spotted and confirmed. Something like that. We almost need to do that for severe thunderstorm warnings, where is there a confirmed 2-inch in diameter hail report? That would make it more legit. Whereas what we're seeing right here, all right, what are we seeing? What's actually happening? Because it's severe thunderstorm warned for what they see on radar, not necessarily what's happening on the ground. That's all I'm saying. I'll get off my soapbox now. So that severe thunderstorm warning in southwest Nebraska is gone, and no new warnings in southeast Nebraska. But that, I mean, there you go for Lincoln. That's getting pretty close. These two areas right here, just west of Roca, northwest of Sprague, and then between Crete, Wilbur, and Claytonia and Kramer, getting really close to 1 inch in diameter hail. West of just West Lincoln, seeing some heavy rain, no hail. But it's, I mean, these things are getting close. Let me put it into motion here so you know which way they're going. Mainly north. I've watched chasers who are actively watching tornadoes, but the area hasn't been tornado warned yet. Thing with chasers, I'll warn you, Tricia, is that they want to see tornadoes. And any little thing they see, and I haven't watched them in a long time, and there's some good ones and there's some bad ones, but they want to see a tornado. They want their viewers to think they're seeing tornadoes, if they are or if they aren't, because that's how they make their money. So they may say they're actively watching tornadoes, and it might not be. I mean, National Weather Service knows what they're doing, and they don't get paid extra if they see tornadoes. They get paid the same, whereas storm chasers on YouTube get paid more if they see tornadoes. So just be cautious. I mean, there's some good ones out there that don't do that kind of stuff, but I'm just warning you, there are a lot of chasers out there that exaggerate just a little bit. Not all of them. There's a whole bunch that are just fine and just good and doing exactly what they need to do. But there's a lot of them that need you to believe that there's tornadoes out there and it's not being warned. Why not? Why isn't it? You know, then they create controversy, and then their YouTube channel gets more and more hits, that kind of thing. Mike says, to your point, in some ways it was good that severe storms a few Saturdays ago happened so early in the morning. People were not out when the intense winds hit. I know, I thought about that too. I was actually thinking about what would have been a better case scenario if that warning would have happened during the day and people were warned. Would it have helped? I don't know. But since it happened at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, people were already inside. At least most people were inside, but a lot of people weren't warned. So the danger with that is if there's flying debris or a tree falls over or something, these people aren't in a safe place. You know, I remember when I used to live over by 70th and South, we had a huge elm tree that leaned right over our house. Now, if there's severe weather, damaging winds, tornadoes, whatever, we would all go to the basement just in case that tree would fall onto our house. So, yeah, there's a reason why Twister 2 had the plot it did. That's true. There's a lot of scud clouds look like tornadoes to chasers. I mean, it's just, there's so, you have to make sure you're watching the right chaser, because there's so many of them out there that you know, are in it for good reasons, and some are in it for money. Some of them are in it for, you know, helping the public and helping science. And yeah, I mean, you just do your diligence. Make sure you're watching people that are doing it for the right reasons. And so many of them, oh, anyway. So we've got some isolated cells here that hopefully don't get any stronger. I mean, like this one just west of Lincoln, southwest of Lincoln, it's close. I mean, that's here, let me show you. I'm going to stop this here and just show you frame by frame what's happening. Now watch this right here. Watch what happens to that. It gets strong right there, and then it goes bye-bye, while the next one to the east gets stronger. So that purple blip right there underneath that green triangle gets a little stronger. Then two of them form. The one on the left goes away. The one on the right gets stronger. So we'll see what happens. That's probably some small hail, but they're not intensifying to the point. Once they get to a point, they weaken a little bit. So as long as they don't get up to that 1 inch criteria, and see that one on the left just went away, and now you're left with that one purple just east of Denton, And that one looks like it's starting to weaken a little bit. But West Lincoln and notice over by Kramer and Crete and northwest of Hallam, that has weakened a little bit too. So that's why these aren't severe warned yet, because they intensify to a point and then they weaken a little bit. These up here have not. They intensified to the point where there was the potential for 1-inch hail. And I don't know who the salacious streamers are. Tornado on the ground near Bismarck, by Bismarck. If nobody would have told me, I would have had no idea there was anything going on in North Dakota today. It's my day off, and then when storms popped in southeast Nebraska, I'm like, oh, all right, let's talk about it. The nice thing about chasers, though, is they do feed a lot of good information to the National Weather Service and broadcast media so that we can tell everybody what's going on. I had a horrible experience with a couple of them, some famous ones, 15 years ago. So it left a bad taste in my mouth. But I know there's a lot of good ones out there, and they're very, very helpful people. Will Lincoln see anything else later? Yeah, more than likely. Severe threats about what it is today. It's not great, but we could see 1 or 2 strong storms as this second wave that's out west. That's eventually going to move east tonight into tomorrow. So they're still into early tomorrow morning. And I mean like after midnight tomorrow morning. So yeah, there's still a pretty good chance. Trent says there are good storm chasers, 100%, and I think 75% of them are. But the ones that are the loudest and usually have the most followers, Mike, that's who I'm talking about. John and Freddie McKinney, and again, I don't know who these people are. I don't follow chasers. I rarely have time to follow them because of I'm doing my job. So hopefully the chasers are helping the National Weather Service out and local emergency management and people like that, because I rarely have time to see what they're doing. So, okay, we have one warning left that ends in about 15 minutes. It's moving north around 50 miles per hour. It is 1 inch in diameter hail. It looks like it's kind of weakening though. I'm not seeing any purple in there except up here towards Dodge, just north of North Bend. So, but I mean, trying to get some purple back in here in southwest Lincoln near Denton. One over here by Syracuse. Usually though, when you get strong storms with big hail, you'll see a lot of lightning with it. And I'm not seeing any lightning between Lincoln and Denton. So that tells me that the severe side of this is probably not going to happen. But some small hail and some heavy rain, a possibility. I'll put this into motion so you guys can see which way it's going. Cheyenne, yeah, a lot of them do, and a lot of YouTubers do. Some of the just gamers that my kids follow on YouTube, that's all they do is scream. But that's how you get their attention. That's how you get people's eyes on their channels. They scream all the time. So unfortunately, that's a precedent that's been set, and they know that that's how they get viewers, is by being really loud all the time. You notice I'm not loud. It's because 25 years I've tried to be calm, but now it's like I'm on YouTube right now. I should be screaming, "Oh my God, look at that! Oh my God, it's a severe thunderstorm warning." Let's see. Trent asks, why are the storms out by Broken Bow so spotty? That's what kind of atmosphere is out there. It's because it's not the cold front isn't sweeping through quickly, which would create a line. It's either slowly or almost stationary. So the warm, moist air flows over that and gets bumped up, and areas just get bumped up. So you get a storm over here, a storm over here, a storm over here. Once everything starts to move east quicker, you'll see that line up into more of a straight line instead of just spotty storms like that. So it's a slow moving frontal boundary, and that creates the spotty storms like that. Same thing's happening in eastern Nebraska. There isn't a big cold front sweeping through to create a line of storms. They're just kind of forming along a boundary layer. The hungriest of hippos. Thank you. W in the chat, guys. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Hungry. I need to tell my kids this. Hang on. The ice cream fund is very thankful, everyone. So thank you very much. I'm going to send this to my kids. Okay, let me feel like that. I need to move my picture over here. There, I'm going to be over there. Let's see. Tricia says, I prefer the calm. The loud ones make me anxious. I think that comes with age. And I'm the same exact way. And I'm not saying you're old by any stretch, but I mean like kids, like teenagers, they love that, the loud. And I don't, maybe Trent, he can tell us. He's 14. So after 6 p.m. when these pass, our next threat isn't until after midnight for Omaha. Probably, yeah. That's likely what's going to happen. Very small hail, West Day. Thank you, Melissa. This is great information. This way, and she's not yelling and screaming at him, and she's just like, here's your information. Perfect. Thank you, Melissa. Small hail, West Day in Lincoln. Perfect. That's exactly what I love to hear. Thank you so much. And in fact, let's zoom into that. I mean, that makes sense. Small hail. Right there. That was probably where those darker reds and little purples are trying to happen. Yep. That makes perfect sense. Then there's some stronger storms over here by Hallam and Sprague, and none of them have been severe yet. I mean, they're close. Look at that one just on the southwestern edge of the capital city. That's probably that small hail. I mean, it's trying. It really is. But it's just not quite strong enough. Boy, it's close, though. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if we see a severe thunderstorm warning eventually out of some of this. Latest from the National Weather Service is, yeah, they're kind of expecting that too, where it's just they're close but not quite enough for severe weather status in Lancaster County. And even those over here in Odo and Cass counties, they're just not quite there. Even this severe thunderstorm warning by North Bend and Schuyler, it's a little iffy as well. I mean, it was strong there a little bit ago, but that severe thunderstorm warning expires in 7 minutes. So I don't know if we'll see any more severe thunderstorm warnings after this. I mean, I think we probably will in some spots like that. Custer County might see one or two. These storms over by West Point might see one or two. And even this one in Lancaster County, it's really close. Oh, Dodge and Cumming County. So there's a new one right there. So this right here, that's your newest severe thunderstorm warning. That'll pop up here in just a second. So that's, as I was saying just a little bit ago, I mean, they're close. There you go. There's that severe thunderstorm warning popped up just as we were talking about it. Okay, that's good to know, Trent. Thank you. Pea-size hail in West Day. Thank you, Melissa. Special weather statement. Hail off in Northwest 48th. Yeah, I mean, it's starting to intensify a little bit. So yeah, this is getting close. This one, where you see those purples, that's probably some dime-size hail. And this is all, if you look at these roads, this is I-180 right here. This is Interstate 80 right here. This is O Street right there. So that West O, and then north. That's Northwest 48th right there. Seeing that, I would say P to maybe dime size, maybe nickel size hail. Remember, it's got to be an inch in diameter. Think of the size of a quarter. It's about like that. And it's close. It's really close. I think if it had joined forces with that storm right behind it, see how there's 3 clusters in Lancaster County? If those had all been one cluster, it probably would have been severe. But since it's split up, it's almost like taking energy from each other. Heavy rains starting in the Highlands. Boy, imagine having a tea time in the Highlands. I used to golf out there. I had a league. It was like, was it Thursday afternoons? Loved it. Do you know when this will pass and if the storm this evening around 7 to 9? For Lincoln, we've probably got another hour. And then if you're talking about Lincoln, the next wave will probably be after sunset, probably after midnight. So if that's what you're talking about, Ben, when this will pass and if it will storm this evening around 7 to 9. Yeah, if you're talking about the Lancaster County, Lincoln area, 7 to 9 is doubtful. I think you'll probably be fine because this is just the first wave, and once these clusters move through and everything moves off to the east a little bit, we'll have a quiet wave until the next wave comes through, and it's way off to the west, so it'll be a while. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning for, was that Dawson County? Yeah, I was right, Dawson County, just west of Lexington. And you see what I'm seeing here? I mentioned this a little bit ago. Usually the larger hail is indicated by a lot of lightning. Notice the 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. What do you see in that? A lot of lightning. Once you start to get that hail, that lightning really kicks in. Even here, see, there's not a whole lot of lightning, but it's starting up. But there's not a whole lot, and that leads me to believe that the hail just isn't that big. But you come over here, look at all that. See all that lightning? The hail's bigger over there. Come over here. See all that lightning? Hail is bigger there. Over here, it's a little more spread out, but it's close. So once you start to see a lot of lightning, that's when you start to see larger hail. The more you know. Okay, happy to help in. Emergency management relaying nickel to quarter size hail in northwest Lincoln. So again, this is right on the edge of being severe. Good for the National Weather Service for not pulling the trigger too soon. We may see a severe thunderstorm warning out of this eventually, because now we're getting reports from people on the ground. This is from an emergency management employee saying that nickel to quarter size hail. So it's like right on the edge of being severe. And they haven't issued a warning yet. It wouldn't surprise me if they do in northwest Lincoln. So northwest Lancaster County, northwest Lincoln as well. Let's zoom in on that spot. See right there, West Lincoln, out by the airport. It's close. I mean, it is really close. But notice not a whole lot of lightning. Oh, there it is. Saunders and Lancaster County. So they did warn for it. This will eventually see that will pop up in just a second. So that now has a severe thunderstorm warning attached to it. It's close. I mean, and they had to do it because they're getting reports now of hail up to a quarter size. Is a tornado risk low for Lincoln today? Yes, it is. So any minute now, this will pop up. There it is. It does include the city of Lincoln. Severe thunderstorm warning now in place for the city of the northern half of the capital city. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Lancaster and southwestern Saunders County until 4:45. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Emergency management reported quarter-size hail northwest of Lincoln. There you go. This is expected to be near Raymond at 4:20 and Davie at 4:25. The severe thunderstorm warning does go until 4:45. It's moving north at 35 miles per hour. So this is borderline severe. This is the lowest of the severe limits. I mean, it is just barely 1 inch in diameter hail. The wind isn't really as much of an issue, but there we go. I mean, it's close enough. If this had happened yesterday during the Husker game, there would have been a delay. Just a heads up on that. Nickel-size hail in the Highlands, and then it quit just a short burst, I guess. All right, thanks, Jay Smith. Good to know. Bill Hartman on a positive note. It's daytime, not overnight. True. Liquid Retro. How you doing? Good to see you. Yep, there's the warning. So, severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Lancaster County and Saunders County. It's going to move. Basically, it's going to. If you're driving on Highway 77 towards Wahoo, you're going to be looking to your left the whole time because that storm's going almost as fast as you are. Oh, how much fun would that be? And it could get in onto Highway 77, so I wouldn't want to be there at all. But that would be kind of fun if you just happened on randomly to be on Highway 77 headed north to Wahoo. Like, whoa, look at that. Oops. Does any lightning, you misspelled lightning, by the way, in a certain distance cause a delay in games? I don't sports. Yes. If lightning happens within 8 miles of a sports stadium, could be the Huskers, could be Major League Baseball, could be any NFL football, anything. They delay it for 30 minutes. And then if another bolt hits within that 8-mile area, the clock starts over until there's 30 minutes gone by that no lightning has hit within 8 miles of that particular stadium. I was part of last year was part of a Husker game that we had to do that for a while, and I was the one watching the radar the whole time. I'm the on-site meteorologist for the Huskers, for Memorial Stadium, and we had one lightning delay last year. Hopefully we don't have any this year, but it's certainly a possibility. I am wanting to drive from Omaha to Lincoln soon to go home. Should I wait longer to go home or just go now? Well, if you leave now and you're in Omaha, you're probably going to get hit by this storm right here. So if you can wait, you might as well, but it might take a couple hours. But then you won't be driving through heavy rain or hail, things like that. So if you can wait, might as well. If you're adventurous, that's up to you. I can't tell you what to do, nor will I tell you what to do. But just know that there are storms possible along Interstate 80 over the next couple of hours. Hopefully that helps. And there's a severe thunderstorm warning in Lincoln right now. So zoom out here a little bit, kind of give you a wide view of what's happening. A lot more lightning in those storms in western Nebraska, but it's more spread out. I guess that's central Nebraska too. but west of Grand Island, so west central. That's another can I don't want to open right now. Just got here. Any tornado for Lincoln? No. The tornado risk is very low. What's up, Rusty? You should be watching some football. I know. Instead, I'm working. Tornado risk is low. The better chance for tornadoes, and these would be small, like quick, weak tornadoes if they do happen, is with that line out west in parts of central and southwest Nebraska. That's where there's a better chance of a little spin. These in eastern Nebraska, they're moving straight north. There's no real spin to them. And there hasn't been any spin in these in central and western Nebraska either. For thunderstorm warning for Cumming and Thurston and Burt counties. Has that showed up? Yeah, right there. Or no. What was that? 418? Yeah, that might show up here in just a second. Oh, goodness. You're welcome, Elizabeth. Yeah, I try to go live as often as I can. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Just kind of depends on what's going on. But when it's in eastern Nebraska, I usually try to go live as often as I can. So hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully you guys like it. And don't worry about typing. You should. A lot of people, it amazes me on Facebook, especially. Some people will comment, and it's like the worst grammar and the worst spelling and no capitalizations or punctuations. It's like, I remember back in the day, if you wrote a letter to somebody that you wanted to ask a question to that you'd never met before, and you're just like trying to be as respectful as possible, and it was like really neatly typed and double spaced, and if you made an error, you started over and then you would sign it. Now it's like, it's so strange. Big fat rain, 56th in Yankee Hill. Hopefully it's helpful rainfall. It's neat seeing all of the individual cells go up on radar and their northern parts shoot further north. Yeah, that's true, hi Craig. The good thing about these storms is that they're just barely severe. So usually you don't see a whole lot of damage. I mean, you can. We have had reports of some trees that were blown over and some power poles were down. But it's not a huge, massive, outbreak or anything like that. These are just, run-of-the-mill thunderstorms that every now and then might cause a little bit of damage. My yard could use a little moisture. Yeah. Do you have a prediction for how many times you will go live over winter? No. I have no idea. But my plan is to do it a couple of different ways. If there's ever like a decent snowfall headed our way, I'll probably go live 2 days out, 1 day out, and then the day of, just to kind of give you updates. And I have a plan for TikTok and YouTube Shorts. And I just started looking into it. So you may want to, I'm not gonna give out too many spoilers, but it's going to be an interesting way for us to monitor the snowfall potential. And I'm going to start doing it on TikTok. There'll be TikToks and YouTube Shorts, and it'll kind of show you what to expect and what other entities are saying. Nothing TV or radio or anything like that. But I've got an idea. I'm still working out the details, but you may want to follow me on TikTok. If you follow me on YouTube, that's great. Follow me on TikTok as well. I'm Rusty WX everywhere, so just check that out. But yeah, that's something to watch for. Well, severe thunderstorm watch just popped up for central Nebraska. Let's see. See if I can. There you go. Severe thunderstorm watch. Did I watch the game yesterday? Yeah, I was there. I was doing all kinds of stuff. If you follow me on TikTok or YouTube, Facebook, you'll see a lot of stuff from the game yesterday that I posted. Just followed it on TikTok. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, Cheyenne, I've been on there for a while now, but I've been trying to get my rhythm. I'm not exactly sure what to do, but I'm starting to do a few different things. Kevin, there's a watch out there. Yeah, just there you go. There's the watch right now. Actually, I need to post that. Well, how long does that go? Until 10 p.m. All right, one moment while I post this everywhere I can. Well, I'm going to do it on this other computer. I think it's just easier this way. Don't mind me. If you got a question, let me know. And I'll get to it here in just a second. Let's see. All right, and that's part of what I do for a living is getting the social media so that because everybody needs to know, and I've got a lot of channels. All right. Thing is, I'm getting pretty good at getting fast at writing that. September 14th, 25. I also have to make sure that there's dates all over these because somebody's going to see this 5 days from now on Facebook and go, wait, what? There's a severe thunderstorm watch out? No, that was a long time ago. Until 10 p.m., is that right? Yep, till 10 p.m. And notice it doesn't include eastern Nebraska, even though there have been severe thunderstorm warnings. This is for that line right there that's from Burwell southwest through Broken Bow, Lexington towards McCook. It's for that line of storms. What are the little orange squares? Those are hail reports. Are these just normal thunderstorms going through Lincoln right now? Yeah, some good old-fashioned thunderstorms. Followed me on TikTok. Thanks, Cheyenne. Appreciate that. Nice rain at 27th and Nebraska Parkway. That's what I like to hear. Nice rain. 'Cause and that I heard it from some guy today on Facebook, and he swears up and down that storms always miss Lincoln. And I hear that a lot. And the thing is, storms miss every city. They don't hit the same place over and over and over again. You can't. So, yeah, 9 times out of 10, a storm is going to miss where you live. Doesn't matter where you live. If you think it misses Lincoln over and over again, do this for me. Pick another spot, anywhere in Nebraska, some random small town, medium town, whatever, and watch it really, really closely. The same thing happens there, too. It happens everywhere, not just Lincoln, not just Omaha, not just Grand Island, not just Beatrice. everywhere, because storms do not hit the same place over and over and over and over again. They miss everybody. I mean, you look at the storms that just rolled through, that are rolling through right now, and they're not hitting everybody. So there's somebody out there that's mad that the storms didn't quite hit them. And here comes one went right over the city of Lincoln, just right smack dab over the city of Lincoln. But nobody will remember that because they're like, oh, I didn't, it wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be. But there were storms like Milford kind of missed out, right? Seward got hit earlier. Douglas, Palmyra, not everybody sees the storms over and over again. Everybody gets missed at some point, more often than not. And that happens for Lincoln too. Nobody will believe me. It'll happen again, though. I'm sure there's somebody posting right now. No, it misses us all the time. There's something over there. No, there's not. But that's what people think because they're only watching in their backyard. It's easy to believe stuff like that, though. It really is. Especially with social media, because everybody's saying the same thing. But it's like, so then when I come along and go, no, that's not true. All right. Okay, let me get, now that I got that all posted. Hi, Jeff. Let's see. Was that a rumble of thunder? Travis Justice. Probably. Savannah, Northwest Lincoln is in a severe thunderstorm warning for up to. What did Savannah ask? I must have missed that. Are these just normal thunderstorms going through Lincoln right now? Oh. It misses Hastings quite often. See, people think that. Just a bunch of storm nerds. Jeff, yeah, happy to be a part of it. I'm a native. I burn sage every time. I love to think it's pushing. I don't know what that means. We love storms, just not hail. We want all the storms. Yeah, everybody wants the storms, but they don't want what comes with it. Tell your buddy Jack to quit talking fake news. I don't know who that is. Oh, yeah. I forget he does that. But the storm wasn't severe and only my neighbor got rain. Yeah. There was snow in Colorado today. Yep. Rain in Lincoln. Love you. Thanks, Jackson. Glow shorts. Yay. Hey, buddy. Just had a buddy that moved to Colorado talking about that snow. It's that time of year. Transition is happening. And we'll eventually have one of those days where there's snow on one side of the state and tornado warnings on the other side. Happens every year, at least once in the spring and once in the fall, usually. Not always, but usually. Hi, Jackson. So again, severe thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m. for central Nebraska. But not eastern Nebraska. It's more for, and I'm not zoomed out far enough. It's for that line right there. Somebody asked what these orange boxes are. Those are reports of hail. You'll notice it says 1 inside of that. That means 1 inch in diameter hail was reported in that area. But all of that line's starting to move east now. And once it does, that'll turn into more of a wind threat than a hail threat. And that's going to eventually push east into eastern Nebraska. Now, by the time it gets here, will it still have the oomph? And if it does, we will see our own watch. So it's possible eastern Nebraska sees a watch. I'm sure I'll get that question on Facebook here shortly. Let's see. It usually happens very quickly. Could this watch be expanded to include Seward County later tonight? I knew it. I knew it. Oh my God, that's so. I mean, do I know my followers or what? Oh, I called it. I love that. That is so awesome. Do you think the watch will be added to? If you say Eastern Nebraska, yes, like I just said, it's possible. What's going on at Blue Hill? The radar just picks up stuff, and when it runs into hail a long ways away, it creates a scatter that makes little lines blip. So it's the radar just sensing things. You guys were saying storms miss every time here. I burn sage whenever it storms for protection. Just something we do in my culture. Okay. Snow, yes. No snow, yes. Tornado. Jackson, that's a... Go through a tornado sometime. Cannot hear. Can anybody else hear me? Looks like my microphone seems to be working, so usually people start saying, sorry I missed that part, just got here, thanks for the update, you're welcome, Love Bug. Jay Smith, just out of curiosity, where is the front at this point? There's two of them, one over eastern Nebraska and one over southwest Nebraska into central Nebraska. So Trisha can hear me, so yeah, Travis, you might be having some issues. Is it the back of the line of storms to the west, or are there two fronts? Yeah, there's two fronts. Okay, yeah, everybody seems to be able to hear. So Travis, check your everything. I'm still laughing about this. Well, Seward County. God love them. I appreciate it. Quarter-size hail near Southwest 31st and West Denton Road earlier. It's good to know. Let's see if I can find that. Hang on. I'm going to show you a picture. It might take me a second to get this all set up, so bear with me here. Notifications. Then, nope, this. Dang it. Twitter's weird. Probably saved it as something odd. 1 second. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. And, okay, there you go. There's some hail that was reported to southwest Lincoln. Are those orange crosses lightning? Lightning? No E. Orange, no, the orange is hail reports. So if I zoom in close, like that, see how it says 1? There's a 1 on there. Those are 1 inch in hail reports. One in Lincoln, one in northwest Lincoln, and one southwest of there, just over by Denton. Those are hail reports. Looks like that severe thunderstorm warning was canceled. That didn't take long. Or it ended at 4:30. I'm not sure. Oh shoot! I was showing you something else there. Dang it! Sorry about that. But yeah, those orange, that orange right there in Lancaster County, those are hail reports. Yeah, sorry. Trent, yeah, you're probably right. I don't have the radar that far out right now. Yep, there's another line out there. See, I don't have anything. I don't have the radar set up for western Nebraska right now. We'll do that real quick. Yeah, there's your other line. So there's 3 areas. You got this over here, this kind over here, and then this over here. That's the problem with this program is I have to pick and choose which. I can only use one radar at a time. But it's good enough for me being at home and just kind of doing this. Ooh. But I might, now that everything is kind of quieting down for much of eastern Nebraska, I might let it go so I can start making dinner, and then when those storms start rolling east again, I may pop back on. So, what do you think? Should I stick around? Go away for a little bit? Oh, let's see. There's that. Close that. Close that. I could keep it up like this, just let it go, and then I don't know. Would it be helpful for you guys if I just left this up? I like turn the audio off, and all it is just the radar, or would that confuse people and be like, why is there no audio? What's going on? I don't know. That seems counterproductive. Do that. Leave the radar up. I mean, there's so many other ways that you can watch radar, but I mean, if that's helpful, that's helpful. All right, I think I'm just gonna close it down. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, guys, I will see you soon if need be, and I will talk to you guys soon. So thanks everybody, and see you next time.